Welcome to The Cave. Yes, I'm a talking cave.
Hi everyone, we're here in a literal cave in London where we've just been playing The Cave, which is a downloadable XBLA adventure game from Double Fine Productions and Ron Gilbert, obviously the creator of Monkey Island, father of the adventure game. Mike, what did you think of the section that we just played there?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's such a beautifully designed game. Like it feels sort of almost over-designed. Everything's beautifully visualized, beautifully written. There's great humour in there throughout, and the puzzles are just really, really pleasing. I almost can't get over the fact that this is both a platformer and a sort of point-and-click adventure.
Yeah, I mean, so the bit that we were playing just now, it was set in a carnival, and it was one of the character-specific areas of the game. So each character in the game, they've all entered this cave to kind of seek out their heart's desire. And there are different specific areas for these characters that deal with their heart's desire. So this was the area for the Hillbilly character, and it's a carnival. And the quest that you're on here is to get kind of carnival tickets to win a teddy bear to give to the girl that the Hillbilly is in love with. So the puzzles here were all based around winning carnival tickets. So it was all these kind of traditional carnival games. It was a magician, guess your weight, test your strength machine. So yeah, what did you think of the puzzles, about the kind of difficulty? Do you think it was pitched right?
Yeah, I think it took us a little while to get through it, but actually everything had that beautiful logic. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, like terrible point-and-click adventures had illogical puzzles where you just were combining items and stuff, whereas this made sense, which was great. And again, it comes down to that kind of over-designed thing where, there's 7 or 8 characters, 7 maybe, and each of them has their own area, which is just... I mean, this carnival looks great, and they've got the kind of cardboard cutout people and things like that. And also, I quite like that, without wanting to spoil it too much, it's not a sort of straightforward plot. There's a little darkness to the storyline as well, which suggests they're not all going to get exactly what they want.
Like you say, it did seem pretty dark. The section we were playing ended incredibly darkly, but it has that kind of Double Fine sense of humour to it. There are a lot of kind of wry jokes, really kind of a lot of irony in there as well. Did that appeal to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's again why it feels so reminiscent of a point-and-click adventure, even though it's a sort of fairly accomplished platforming game as well. So it feels, all those people who talk about the point-and-click adventure being dead, it feels like maybe this is an answer where it's like, all right, it's not got the same control system as a point-and-click adventure, but it's got the same approach and the same sense of humour and the same sort of logical puzzles that we enjoy.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's going back to that attention to detail. There was just so many nice little touches to it. The art style is beautiful, and the narration in it as well. You've got the voice of the cave kind of explaining the story as you go along. It's really well done, really nicely voice acted. And also you collect these things called cave paintings as you go around, which are just lovely cartoon style drawings that fill in the backstory for the different characters. So I really like those. Those are collectible. You can go back and look through those. Everything seemed to have been just given so much attention to detail. It was really polished. It just feels like a quality production, I think.
I think, yeah, my only concern is whether this level of quality can be sustained over a long game. Is it going to be as long as a Monkey Island game or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it is an XBLA game, so you would assume it would be a shorter game, but that's interesting. That would be one thing I'd be interested in seeing, is actually how much gameplay is going to be in this. Because that was, I mean, we played for, 40 minutes there to do the Hillbillies quest. So I guess with 7 characters and each one of them having this kind of quest plus a kind of overall thing for your team, I guess that's pretty good for an XBLA game.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'd like it to be a really long kind of involving sort of co-op experience. It's not often that you get a co-op game that is that kind of gentle pace and kind of not about kicking your friend off a cliff or anything like that, but actually just sort of working together, quite measured pace. The fact that you have to relinquish control of characters and stuff does force you to kind of slow your pace down and sit back and think about the puzzles rather than just running around like a headless chicken. Yeah,
I mean, we made a video about this game before from Eurogamer Expo, and the key criticism we had there was the control scheme, and switching between characters feels kind of unnatural. And I think it's probably still the case. It's just, I think the way that you approach the game, it has to be different to the way that you would normally approach a co-op game like this, because there's going to be long periods where you aren't controlling your character. You have to let one person go off and do something while you just wait and watch, and that takes a little getting used to. I don't know how you found that.
Yeah, I agree, and I think once you kind of switch your brain to that spectating style as well, sitting back and watching the action unfold, it's a little easier to get your head around. I still feel like maybe there could be a couple of like interface tweaks or control tweaks, maybe to prevent you from accidentally taking control of the other person's character and then them being sort of confused, because it never really makes it so clear that you know instantly what's happened. But I think it's all very, very minor stuff, and actually it's totally playable. We sat there and played for 40 minutes. I never really got frustrated with anything other than my own inability to make jumps.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's only local co-op, so I think the key is just to staying in communication and just saying, I'm going to take control of this character now, just making sure everyone knows what's going on, just so no one gets confused. But yeah, so that's The Cave. It's out early next year on XBLA. Thanks for watching Outside Xbox.